What up, my devil? Sensei-tutum with another video for you. Back from the dead. Well, not actually. I wasn't dead, but some guy on Twitter asked me if I was dead. No, I'm here. I told you guys I was going on vacation with the family, and when I got back, I was going to focus on some members content. And that's something that is always in... I always have a list of things that I'm gonna be doing for the members. My main goal, and the main goal of our group, is to provide value for your membership if you join. And full disclosure, the only reason I'm making these public videos is to get you to join our paid group. Anybody doing this in the public has an ulterior motive. Maybe they're an egomaniac, but there's some sort of ulterior motive. I want you to join our paid group. I'm fully transparent about that. And it's not like it's a scam group, man. We're here to teach you, and we care about you, and it's great value. We only charge $200 a month. That's all we charge. And that might sound like a lot to you, but in my opinion, we have $1,000 worth of value at least, and we're always adding to it. Like this video series that I'm making. What do you want to do? Do you want to learn Forex? We got a whole here. Let's look. You want to learn Forex? We got a whole series on that. We got a whole section on that. Elliott Wave your thing. Look at this. Look at this. You want to learn futures? Look at this. We got this template that we're setting up. You can follow some of our members on Twitter. They're making money. We've got I don't want to leave anything open too long because this is all paid content. This entire section here is paid content. These are what I call our degen rooms, our day traders sitting here and talk. These are the rooms that are really the most social. We always analysis discussion in here among members and senseis and staff members. We've got even if you want to just you're taking a trade, you're looking for education. Of course, I haven't even talked about the belts. The belts themselves are the $1,000 value. So if you want to talk about under promise and over deliver, this group, I mean, where else could you get hands on? This guy right here, and I'm sure he made a lot of money on this trade. We were talking through this trade, and this was hours of discussion and thought, and then keeps going. More guys ask questions, get answers. Ask questions, get answers. It's not just me. We got all the other staff members in here helping. So, I mean, not to go on and on about our group too much, but again, that's why I'm making these videos. If you're serious about learning to trade, sign up for a month. There's no reason not to. Shit, we charge $200. It's over $1,000 worth of value, in my opinion, and almost nobody pays $1,000. We always have specials. There was a back to school special. If I don't even know, if that's filled up or not, but if not, we got a back to school special right now. Sign up. If you want to do this for a side hustle, a main job, a side job, invest in yourself. Try us out. Maybe our group's not for you, but what? At the end of the day, if you're paying for your education, what's $200? What is it? Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Sam did a great video on this. Highly recommend checking it out yesterday. He talked about how there's a lot of non-Elliott Wave analysis within this that you can do. And personally, I've been trading within this whole sideways fuckery, Elliott, and doing quite well, to be honest. So, is the count clear at all times? No. But that's the thing about Elliott. You don't trade when there's not clarity, right? That's the thing about any analysis. What's your analysis? I only trade at moving averages. Oh, okay. You only trade moving averages. Let's see. You only trade moving averages. How you doing? You can make money doing that, just like you can make money on Elliott. You just have to have a disciplined trading style in whatever you do. And personally, what we teach here at Trade Devils and what I advocate is having a multi-tooled toolbox, and you use all of those tools at your disposal to make money on them. So anyway, let's go into the Elliott count here. So, and we'll talk about how uncertainty ties into, certainty on varying degrees. Remember the count is not always clearly evident at every degree of trend simultaneously. If the lower degree count is unclear, zoom out for clarity. If the larger degree count is unclear, zoom in for clarity. And personally, this is one of those times where I've personally been zooming in lately because, I went on vacation around the time that this happened, right? So I hadn't really been looking for trades on my typical degree, 1 hour to 4 hour charts, right? And then, I was doing members content all through here. And then this week I start looking at the chart. We're in this. And this isn't highly, to me, this isn't, offering any sort of high quality trades. So I went down to the 2-minute chart, right? And have found plenty of good trades this week. So remember, it's all about your degree of trend. And, on the 2-minute chart, when I'm trading in here, and by the way, it was on the ETH chart, this is Bitcoin, it doesn't matter what this was. I like to, the book tells you that the only degree that matters is the degree of your focus, your trading degree. I like to personally have a good idea 2 degrees above what my trading degree is, personally. Anyway, so when this all played out, I thought we still had one more leg up to go. I thought we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave move in here. Turns out this was probably your 8th, 9th, to finish this wave, which then would in my opinion, be a 4 at a larger degree. There was definitely at the time here, and still probably, a great case to be made for the fact that it would be a completed move off the bottom, off the low of end of 2018, early 2019. And I think that this playing out the way that it has kind of shows that it's probably more of a four still, and we'll get into that large degree here after we dig in here. But so once this played out the way it did, I was pretty obvious that this wasn't going to be a 4 of that degree. Took some good trades in through here, but nothing that you would call super high quality. Now, where would your high quality trades begin? And here, well, this move off the low, right? And then you retrace out of it and you see a clear triangle. That maps out your next price action for quite some time, because after this triangle, you're going to get, here, we'll go ahead and show the work. After this triangle, even if it's not a triangle, let's just say it's some sort of sideways with lower highs and higher lows. But to me, triangle, that you're going to get an impulse, most likely an impulse out of it, with a reversal at a larger degree than that impulse once it's complete. So within here, you had a perfect long opportunity here. I mean, super high quality, and a super high quality short within here, right? And then on this leg down, you did have some fuckery, but there was no reason not to think that this was going to continue down, at least until this, right? So your bias should have been down just based on your Elliott, right? Is this a 3-3? Pretty clear that it is, right? So is it going to be a flat? That was my initial idea, and I still think that it could be. Actually, I have the flat labels on here, but I think more likely now this is actually a 3 wave in here, A, B, C, 2 diagonals, A and B, or A and C. Doesn't happen that often, but it happens, right? Regardless, as it's playing out, and when it's a hard right edge, all you care about is trading it. So you knew that even if it's a flat, even if it turns out to be a double zigzag, because you did have some flat issues within here where you didn't get to the 90% retracement, but it was 87 and change percent. So at some point, we're not doing, this isn't quantum mechanics, right? And even quantum mechanics, there's a lot of fuzziness, right? So we're trading on fear and greed. That's what this is. So you got to know when to be hard on this 90% type of thing, or if 87% is good, right? And honestly, it looks like it's probably not a flat. So, but at the time, would you allow for it to be a flat? Sure. Either way, you knew you had a 3 and a 3. So what could come out of a 3 and a 3? Well, this could be an A and this could be a B, and you could go into a triangle, which when you take out the low here, that the C low can't take out the A low, so that wasn't an option anymore. And then you had what looked like it could be an impulse with some fuckery in there, and you easily could say this is a 1 flat 2, 3, 4, 5, no overlap. Or you could say that this is a diagonal 1, 2, or A, B, and then diagonal C. And that, potentially very well could be what it is. And, to digress a little bit on that, when you're trading it on the hard right edge, your bias should have been down all through here, at least until here, until you have some sort of a resolution of count. And then, so once this was done, I had this as an impulse down. I had this labeled just as it is now, which, again, I think that this is probably not the correct way at this time, but I was still able to make money on it, right? Or at least try. So what do you expect after a completed three-wave pattern? Well, you're either going to expect an X out of it, right? Or you're going to expect some sort of, continued sideways or an impulse off the low. So then you're either going to get an A, B, C, or a 1, 2, 3. No matter what, almost, if you're anywhere close to right. So if your primary and your secondary would then have a C wave or a 3 wave, if you're wrong, it's up. If you're right, it's up. That's your no-brainer, high-quality, best Elliott Wave trades. So I took a long here, and I ended up getting stopped out because I'm a shitter. This did not violate. I think that anybody right now would tell you that this is an ABC. If it's not, what do you got? I don't really care. I probably won't like what you have, but it doesn't matter what I like. It matters what you like, and if you make money on it. So I actually had my stop in here below the 786. So it came all the way down here. Let's see. Yeah, it came all the way down, tagged the 786, almost stopped me out. And then we got this nice, and my whole idea once I saw this leg was, and I won't get into my thinking on all of this, the way it played out, but there was a lot of Elliott Wave thoughts in here. And I was only trading Elliott Wave throughout this move because to me, that was what was working. But basically, when I saw it bounce off the 786, my idea was that I would probably go ahead and get out with a small win, which is generally what I'll do. It's not that often that I take losses at this degree of trading. A loss for me is a small win. But so what I did though, when I saw this, really strong move out of it, I held on with my original stop in place, which was not at invalidation, which makes me a shitter because came down, stopped me out, turned around right before invalidation and went up. If my stop had been in invalidation, and I held it all the way through to this median line tag, probably would have been the trade of the year. But it wasn't. So, but it had some good trades without it. Took a little loss in there. Definitely net positive through all of this. So then I was on vacation and making videos for the members. Didn't really look at trades within here. So when I came back this week, I saw this. And I'd say this is anything but a high degree of certainty for an Elliottian, or even, even if you're trading EMAs. Look at this, you broke through the Vegas wave, and then right back down. People say, "Oh, I only trade EMAs." You don't ever get chopped up trading EMAs. Come on, guys. Anyway, so I went down to the 2-minute chart, like I told you before, and on ETH, and identified some good trades and took them. So that's where I've been at with there. So this is my count now, and I've just been counting it out as it goes. So this does look like a WXY to me. So it's interesting because if this is WXY and then this is a WXY, all of this can't be a triangle. And agree, again, the degree, the count is not always evident at every degree of trend simultaneously. So I personally still haven't put together what I consider a high quality macro count. I think Sam was coming up with one. I think if you look at Sam's, he's probably got the best one. That it's going to end up being, the technical valid move is going to be that WXY that he's got on his video. You got to watch that to get it. But this is just a macro that I've been playing along with so far, and I'm labeling it WXY, ABC. This looks like it could be potentially triangular, but it's probably not going to end up being technically valid because this would be complex and now this would be complex. But on this degree, it very well may be. And this is what people don't understand is you don't got to get into the 1 second chart. It depends on what degree you care about. If I'm a daily trader, I'm only looking for the long out of this. And people are so confused. Oh, they're saying this here looks just like this here. No, it doesn't look anything like that here. Look at the volume. Look at the look at the time that this is already taken, and relative to how much this time this here took. These are nothing alike, in my opinion. Nothing alike. It was pretty obvious that from here we would go down. And then again, people in this area, people were going crazy. They were thinking, oh, we're gonna go to the moon here. And if I don't remember if I was making videos, no, I certainly wasn't. But for the members that spoke to me and saw what I was doing, they know that I was saying there was no valid Elliott count that I saw for the price going up here. All the counts were down. And this is a great example of thought process for here. Was this hard to count at the time? Hell yeah. It was real hard, but the bias was always down. And the longer you get more sideways fuckery, the higher degree chance you have of continuing the degree of trend at one larger degree. The trend at one larger degree. In this case, down. Okay, we're fucking about here. The longer we fuck about here, the more likely we are to continue the trend at one higher degree, in my opinion. And so the two counts that you have, and this is the one that I've had all year and that you've seen, is that this is a 1, 2, and that this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave move, meaning that this is an incomplete impulse. And that's why I had this as a wave 4. So somewhere we'll call it there's a 1, and then I extended 3, and then this is a 4, and then we have another leg to finish the 5, and then we would come down for the 4 and up for the 5. It has been the same all year. Nothing has changed, in my opinion, on that. And I still, am I super highly confident in that? No, but that's still my primary. This very well could be correcting all this, but if it turns out to be like, even if it's a WXYXZ or whatever, let's call it Sam's count, and not a triangle, because I don't think that it technically would be a valid triangle, it's still sideways fuckery that is more likely to be a 4 or a B even than it would be to be a 2 wave. So yeah, I'm sticking on that. It could be, I don't see how it could be a 4, of the whole move, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is clear 7 wave move here. So 7 is for, 3 plus 4 is 7, right? So it's an extended 3-wave move. So I would think it's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 for the 3. So I still think that we have another leg up to go before we come down, before we go up again, probably close to all-time highs, create new all-time highs, and then we're going to have to correct all this, maybe down to here, something like that. But that's my take on Bitcoin right now. The more we fuck about, the more confident I get in the trend, in the trend continuing at one larger degree. Now, on my trading degree, it doesn't matter to me. I'm down on the 2-minute right now for trading. I'm in and out, in and out, in and out. If you're a trader, that's what you're doing. If you care about Bitcoin on the long term, if you're a long-term trader, if you're looking at HODL positions, which is something I'm also looking at, if you bought tomorrow, if you bought yesterday, if you buy the day after tomorrow, buy the day before yesterday, what's the difference? This is a good place to be long, and take this next leg. So that's my thoughts. A lot of rambling, but that's what I do. So hope you guys don't miss me too much. Still got a lot left in that series, so not sure how much you'll see me on the old YouTube and Twitter, but just wanted to catch up with you guys. Toot out.